So when I think of some of the favorite stories that I've had a chance to read over the years, and I think of some of my favorite stories that I've written over the years, one of the biggest things that these stories all have in common is compelling characters. Characters with depth, characters that are interesting, characters that are not boring. And a lot of times when you're reading stories that maybe you get through a few pages, but you just can't really keep the momentum going, and I'm a very picky reader, I find that a lot of times when I'm not able to really continue and push through, it's because I'm not really connecting with the characters. I'm not connecting with the characters, or I'm not finding the characters so interesting that I really want to know what that character's fate is, what trials and tribulations is that character going to go through, and how are they going to come out of it at the end. And so that's one of the reasons it's really important to get off to a strong start with compelling characters that people can connect with on one way or another. And it may be that they might connect with that character because they hate the character, or they might connect with the character because they love the character, or they could just be intrigued by this character in some way, shape, or form, perhaps even just by the situation that that character finds himself or herself in from the very beginning. And so look for compelling characters in stories that you read and that you feel like you can connect to, that you're going to be interested in. You want to find out how that character is going to endure to the end. And then as a writer, think about characters that you can develop. And just when you think your character is fully developed, ask yourself, is there any way that this character could be considered boring to, a typical reader? And if you think that that character could in any way feel boring, then find ways to add depth to that character, find ways to add personality to that character, make that character stand out as much as you can without going crazy. And in some cases, you might even need to go crazy, and that might actually be appropriate. But think about ways that you can make your characters not boring so that people will be interested in what that character is going to go through, and they'll stick with it all the way through to the end. So think about ways that you can make your character interesting so your readers are going to stick with that character from the start all the way through to the end.